to get going. Gotta catch those runners taking off like a Boeing. If the volume spikes, then it's time to trade. Mighty 90 setting up, it's time to get paid. Navigation trading on the mic, time to get focused. We don't need any indicator, hocus pocus. It's all about the price, just watch it move. Manage your risks so you don't lose. First hour of trading is all we need. Focus on the patience and forget about greed.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's day trading live stream. Today's the day. Today is May 6th. It's a Wednesday. Hope everybody had a good night last night. Let's jump in because we've got another big up move in the market. S&P futures are up 45, NASDAQ up 263, Russell's up 26, Dow up 415. Looks like the Russell and NASDAQ both up about 0.91%. Gold up 2.7, silver on the move up 5%. Notes and bonds are green, 10-year yield down 1%. Oil dropping down 5.5%, natural gas down 2.5%. Soybeans, wheat, and corn all red. Euro and the pound both up almost 0.5%, and Bitcoin up about 1/3. VIX contracting down 3%, back under 17, currently at 16.86. Had some earnings last night and this morning. I took a calendar in AMD and Disney. Disney looks like it's close to within the expected move. AMD blew out. It's up 15%, although it was up over 20%. So coming down a little bit. SMCI also had earnings. It's up 13.5%. ARM is up 12%. Let's see. ARM announces today after the bell. Uber had earnings. It's up 6.5%. Disney up 5.5%. MSTR also had earnings. MSTR is down 1%. Couple little takeaways from post-earnings action that I noted here. MSTR, if it gaps down within the expected move, which is what it's going to do, it's done that 8 times, and it's moved down 3.1% on average the day following earnings. So today, AMD, when it gaps up beyond the expected move, which it just did, it's only done that twice, but it's averaged a decline during the day of about 5% over those 2 sessions. So big gap up and then retrace, which actually it's already given up about 5% from its highs. So that's kind of holding true there. SMCI, when it gaps up above within the expected move, which it has, it's done that 12 times. It has an average intraday move of 1.5% higher. And Disney, no matter what Disney does, it has a tendency to move lower the day following earnings. So, little bias for you. Little something to think about if you're trading those names here for day trading. There's the opening bell. Looks like expected move in SPX is around 30, a little over 30, 30.6-ish. By the way, if you're looking at flux for the double calendar implied volatility, we changed we updated the the opening to 1 minute after the bell, it was getting some really bad data because of the craziness kind of in the opening minute. So it was really distorting the graph, really is what it came down to. So that data is going to start 1 minute after the bell now, so 9:31 here. I am interested in a potential 8-9 DTE. I still have 7 lots from my Friday, Monday expiration that I held over. I'm going to model up an 8-9 here. Give me just a second. Little bounce in the S&P at the open. Yeah, I'm going to take this 8-9 here. Let me get this filled. S&P bouncing. NASDAQ's little dip, got bought up. Bitcoin's still holding above previous day high. All right, let me get this posted here. All right, filled on that 8-9, just posted that. AMD back up. It's up 19.5% again. So as far as my earnings calendar that I did, I'm just going to hold for now. See if this little 20% push might be a little overextended. I don't know. I mean, I definitely would not Definitely could see this thing just continuing to rip, but I'll just hold for now. I'll address it later today. My Disney calendar's a little bit outside the tent. I'll just hold that one for now. As far as the big boy Mag 7, it's kind of back and forth. Google's holding above previous day high, starting to pop. Nvidia pulled back to previous day high. Tesla flushed but bouncing. Vegas Michelle. So if you look at flux on the look at the 5 or the 20 day on the 912, you can see it's really kind of at its lows compared to where it's been. Not that it can't go lower by any means, but playing the contrarian, implied volatility contrarian. If you look at the 8-9, and you look at like the 5 or the 20 day, you can see it's closer to the higher end of its range. So if we get a little bit of a, move back down in the ratio, that'll benefit the position. So that was kind of the basis of putting that on at the beginning of the day, based on the 5 and the 20 day ratio. Looking for a little bit of a reversion in that. Nvidia dipping below previous day high. Microsoft and Meta both weak again today. Yeah, that's just not how I do it, Abosh. I know you guys keep asking about what deltas did you take. I always say I start around the 40, and then I just kind of tweak it to on the risk graph. So I don't know what the deltas were. So if I don't know, I can't really tell you. Okay, well then model it. I'm not sure what that has to do with it. I mean, I can't tell you something that I don't do. I'm showing you what I do. Yeah, I just model it to get an idea of, I don't want too much sag in the middle. And I want to see kind of what range I have within the tent, kind of between the strikes or to the break evens. It's just a visual, just to get a feel. What my P&L would look like on up or down move within the expected move, that kind of thing. All the stuff that I've talked about. Disney bouncing a little bit. AMD bounce kind of paused. Yeah, MU flushed and popped back up above previous day high again. SMCI had earnings. It's bouncing. It's up 18.5% now. Apple's pushing. Amazon's going green now. Tesley's going green. Yeah, I just played around with it. I actually had a couple members were asking when I first started showing some of the different transformer strategies. I had a couple members asking, can we transform calendars or double calendars? And at first I kind of dismissed it because I was like, well, no, you're dealing with two different expirations. So, that wouldn't really work very well. But then I started playing with it and I was like, well, what if we closed out one of the expirations and did it that way? And just kind of playing around with it on the Analyze tab is how I came up with it. Meta pushing through pre-market lows. Microsoft bounced back up to pre-market lows and it's kind of reacting there.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
Microsoft puts, I'm going to load up some 405 DTEs.
Order filled.
Watching Microsoft. I'm going to take some Microsoft puts here. 0 DTE 405s. So it was weak yesterday, weak today, bounced right back up to that pre-market low level. Already had a little bit of reaction. So if we can get a move back down to lows of day or beyond, with 0 DTE would be solid. NVIDIA holding above previous day high. TS trades, are you talking about Microsoft? I would love Microsoft at 398. That would be beautiful. All right, it's pushing up against above pre-market lows now. NASDAQ getting a little bouncy. So I'm going to have to cut this pretty quick if we don't get a reversal. Meta staying below previous day low. There's a little dip back down. Didn't get me with that head fake, TS. No, sir. Not today. Now, if it goes back up there again, it might get me. Big banks are all super strong. JP Morgan up 1.3, Goldman up 2.5, Bank of America up 1.6. IWM acting weaker. Bitcoin coming down to unchanged. Got a little room to add on my Microsoft, but I want to see some weakness. I want to add into weakness here if it does. MSTR dipping into the red. Tesla staying red. NVIDIA getting strong. Google getting strong. Google's above pre-market highs, so is Apple. Yeah, I posted the screenshots for you yesterday, Dark Avenger. I replied to your comment wherever you, or your request, wherever you put that. 0DTE chat, maybe? Apple about to go green. Softy still just kind of chopping at that pre-market low level. No continuation here. But seeing some other strength. Some of the other Mag 7 names. AMD kind of had that little surge in the first 5 minutes. Just kind of chopping below highs of day now. Apple still pushing. IWM coming down pretty good. Tesla, nice bounce into the green. All right, get it, TS. Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Microsoft tried to bounce again. Yeah, VIX
Order
creeping
partially
up,
filled.
back above 17.
Order filled.
MU still holding above previous day high.
Order cancelled. Order partially filled. Order filled.
All right, Microsoft may need to get cut here. I'm out. I'm out. Pushed up to previous day low here. NVIDIA bouncing back up. Tesla looking strong. Apple still strong. S&P and NASDAQ started to dip, but those dips getting bought up. Softy getting a little aggressive now. Little flush of pre-market lows and pretty decent bounce. Netflix tried to go green, got pushed back down. Google pushed down at pre-market highs. NVIDIA right at pre-market highs. All right, seeing some strength pop in now. Be back in 1 minute.
Order filled.
NVIDIA pushing, but some of these other chips kind of pulling back. AMD pulling back. MU now below previous day high. AVGO bouncing around unchanged. Nvidia showing really good relative strength here. Google couldn't hold its strength. It's still pulling back. Apple, a little pause near the high. Microsoft still bouncing. Meta was weak. It's bouncing as well. Netflix still rejecting, trying to go green. Amazon back to unchanged. Bitcoin chopping around unchanged. IWM staying weak. I'm going to load up some 284 puts on IWM. It's already kind of moving down on me. No entry. Tesla pulling back. Apple still moving. AMD still pulling back. It's up about 16% now.
Order filled.
IWM back to lows. I didn't get in. Microsoft still bouncing. Nvidia is still at highs. See how Tesla reacts here. If I traded Tesla calls, I would do the 0 DTE 392.5s. Starting to bounce. A lot of chips coming down except for Nvidia. I guess Nvidia's trying to play a little catch up. Netflix rejected, push below previous day low, rejecting that. Amazon in the red. Yeah, AVGO, a lot of these chips acting a little bit weak. I could use AMD down about another $40. Tesla still bouncing. I did not take Tesla, no. I'm watching it, but if it rips, I'll miss it. Oh, yeah, nice. Uber stayed within the expected move. SMH rolling over. MU now through lows. Nvidia finally pulling back. NASDAQ dipping. Meta is surging. All right, Nvidia back to this pre-market high. Let's see if we get anything going off here. Chips are kind of rolling over, but Nvidia's stayed strong until now. IWM through lows. Nvidia didn't quite get down to pre-market high, but already bouncing back up. Bitcoin falling. Circle going red. MSTR and Coinbase below previous day low. Hood just went red. Yeah, there goes IWM. Q's starting to show some weakness as well. S&P holding up a little bit better.
Order partially filled. Order filled. Order cancelled.
All right, now S&P kind of following to the downside. Tezzy still bouncing. S&P's dip getting bought up. NASDAQ trying to bounce a little bit. Russell barely bouncing. Tesla through highs. That would have been really nice off of previous day close or previous day low in Tesla. Apple still holding near highs. Nvidia not quite back up to highs again yet. There's Nvidia through highs again. Big banks are starting to come down. Don't see anything I'm too interested in right now. I loaded up Tesla calls for that potential reaction, but I didn't take it. That would have worked well. My IWM off of that first 5-minute bar would have worked well. I didn't take that one. I did take Microsoft. That one didn't work. Microsoft is still bouncing. Microsoft about to go green. But just being patient here. Get my Microsoft loss small. So still easily one trade back to green here if I get a good one. Goog starting to bounce. Look at Meta go. Metamucil. S&P new highs. PLTR big bounce back above previous day low. All right, all. I'm going to wrap the stream. I don't see anything I want to get in. I will keep watching for a little bit. I may get into something. If I do, I'll post in the Day Trades channel. Otherwise, reminder, no power hour today. I'm teaching a class about transformers, just kind of a high-level overview to non-members. So no power hour today, but I'll post in the trade channels if anything comes up. All right, all. Take care. Have a good day. Cheers.